You ready? Allie.
Yes.
Can you do that later?
Yeah.
I hate her. Hey guys, welcome back to ThoughtBubblePodcast. This is going to be our episode 4. I'm Leanne, and we got these banging cookies here. Look how cute they look.
Put them up.
Ooh, they look like if you were going to go get a house and the retailer was trying to upsell you, this is the cookies she would have gave you. These, the sellers.
That's the pure white smile cookie.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so who's to our left?
Okay, I'm Melanie. Today I had off. We had a holiday. Today I also had another realization. So, as always, when I'm getting ready, I have all these thoughts going through my head. And, you know, that Bad Bunny album came on, the one with the kid riding the little bike, and it's like every letter in the alphabet is the title. And I was like, you know, Bad Bunny's music can make any girl into, like, a thought. Even if she understands Spanish or not. Like, it's just the vibe, the energy, the beat. It just gets you going.
It's a booty poppin' songs.
It is.
It's worldwide.
Yeah. Right. I don't know if you want to introduce yourself to the right.
Hi, my name is Emily, and today is my dog's 13th birthday. He's officially a preteen. His name is Spots. Picture right there. An ugly one, preferably.
Yeah.
Always.
He's a good, ugly, pampered little princess, even though he's a boy.
Yeah, and he's 13
He just
years
built
old.
different.
He built real different.
He built real different. He's a preteen in human years, but an old man in dog years.
Yeah.
He's a senior dog now,
He's a
officially.
senior citizen.
Yeah, like
yeah.
officially 13 to 15 years, a senior dog.
Jesus.
It's like Marbles. Marvel's senior dog too.
Oh, that's so
Marvel's
cute.
is Jenna Marbles' dog.
Yeah.
Everyone
In
should
case
know
you
that.
didn't-
Yeah, just in case.
In case.
If you don't know Jenna Marbles, please watch her. Yeah, please. Okay, so the thought for today is we're gonna talk about minimum wage jobs and just our experiences with it. So Melanie, if you could just read off some of their questions.
Yeah, so basically, we're going to be starting with what kind of jobs we had that were minimum wage jobs. Like, what did we do during these jobs? How much did we get paid? What was our schedule like? Like, everyone's minimum wage job is different.
Mhm.
Like, for me, I had, I was like a grocery store cashier.
Yeah, cashier.
I worked at the mall. I worked at the body shop. And then, I don't know, like, my first bank job was, I guess, technically minimum wage, because it was right at the minimum wage mark.
Mhm.
But it went up. So
Yeah,
those
yeah.
are like my 3 minimum wage jobs.
Me and my sister, we worked pretty much the same places. The only other place that we worked differently, we worked at McDonald's together. We worked at a decorative warehouse together. But for me, the one job I got separately from her was like a burger place.
I remember this.
Yes, it's like right near my college, and I just got it because when colleges do like job fairs, and I just saw it, and I went to it. They hired me, and it was whatever. It was I think I was like the cashier, the food packer, and I cleaned like.
I remember we went like opening day.
Yes, we went
we
opening
did.
day, and it was like free food for your friends
we
and family.
We brought a bunch of our friends. It was lit.
Yeah. It was really good food, to be fair. It was like a little pricier, but it was still like a fast food kind of place. But you get to sit down and eat.
Sort of like a smash burger.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
They had beef if you mentioned smash burger, though. They were like, ugh, that garbage was so much better than that.
Probably are. Yeah.
They were pretty good.
Pretty good, a little pricey.
All right, what about you? I know we're similar, but tell them your experience.
Yeah, so I basically had, McDonald's. I had
McDonald's.
Sponsor us.
Sponsor us.
I doubt it. Then it was a secretary at a wholesaler decorative warehouse.
Mhm.
Currently, right now, it's actually not technically minimum wage anymore. And then I remember our very, very first job. We worked we worked with a photographer, and he did party planning.
When we were
I
16?
remember
Yeah.
that in high school.
Yeah,
Yes,
it was in high school.
our
And
very
that was
first
our
job.
very first minimum wage job.
Hell yeah.
Very first minimum wage job, and we didn't really do much. We did like put all the pictures photography they took of the kids in their bar mitzvahs or whatever. They're rich kids. They're rich kids.
Money
Kids.
white kids.
And we would just put them in plastic bags, or if we needed to do like some graffiti art, they taught us how to do that.
Yeah.
And help with photography if they needed it.
Yeah.
If they were like desperate.
Yeah.
But that was our most of my minimum wage jobs.
Yeah.
And they were pretty fun.
They were really fun.
I mean, I know for me, I started as a cashier at a grocery store.
Mhm.
So basically, I was in high school.
Mhm.
It was like a few days a week, definitely weekends in the mornings. But I remember after school, I'd come home and probably eat, do my homework, try to take a nap if I could.
Yeah.
Always gotta take a nap.
Always.
And then I would go and work there from like 6:30 to 10:30 at night.
Mhm.
It wasn't too bad. I mean, it's nothing compared to those other kids. Like, those kids would try to do 6 to 8 hour shifts, even when we weren't all in high school.
Word.
I don't know why. I mean, sure, the money, but
Yeah.
I mean, you're still in high school.
Yeah.
Just go enjoy it.
It depends. If some kids had to like help pay the bills with their families.
That's true.
So I'm sure like those kids just had to work.
Maybe.
Yeah. I think I also had like a cashier job, the burger place. I felt like I did mostly like the food packing though. I only did cashier sometimes because like I guess for like a lot of, and that's like for McDonald's too. Like you are constantly rotating when you are in that time in food service. You're learning everything as you go. And I mostly did the food packing because I guess I did it clean and I did it fast. So they always had me
That's
there.
important. You gotta be
Yeah,
fast.
yeah,
Yeah.
Or make the milkshakes. I loved making the milkshakes because I got to like waste time doing there because I didn't want to work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, or like clean the dishes, all the regular stuff. I think that job, was like what, like $10 maybe. It started minimum wage and then maybe went to there. It was still pretty low. The fact that $10
I mean,
is
it's like
not
9 to
considered,
10.
yeah, like the fact that $10 is not considered minimum wage is kind of crazy. Like in New Jersey, what is it right now?
Well, now I think it's like 10 or 11.
What? It went up?
It's going up.
When we were younger, it was like $8.50.
I remember when I started at the grocery store, it was like $8.50, $8.60.
Mhm.
And then, every like quarter or something, they give you like a nickel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
A nickel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially if you work for the school. Like I also did like technically minimum wage jobs when we work at the school.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
We're basically
At college.
Yeah, at college.
Yeah.
So I had like a little job as like basically like assistant IT where I just like did
Mhm.
like very basic maintenance on the computers, make sure they're all logged out, and then clean the room. And it was like it's a job that could be finished in like 10 minutes.
Mhm.
And then you got the rest of your shift, which is
Still
like
got
4
paid.
hours
Yeah.
to do nothing. I just did
Correct.
homework. It was a really easy gig. I loved it.
Yeah, but
Nice.
yeah, most minimum wage jobs,
Yeah.
you're either because like if it's like a fast food place, they overwork you and it's not worth the
Oh,
pay.
yeah.
Or
McDonald's.
Yeah.
McDonald's, especially in the
Oh
neighborhood
my
that we're at,
oh my
is
goodness,
very chaotic. A lot of people call out. And the people there are kind of like iffy.
Yeah.
They're very hostile sometimes.
yeah. You know what? This is a great point. Let's talk about our experiences in fast, and not fast food. I mean in minimum wage jobs because everyone's experiences are kind of crazy. So let's start with Melanie.
I mean, I was trying to remember everything. I remember because I was at that grocery store for like a good 2 years, 2.5 years,
Mm.
and you just see all kinds of people there. Because
Yes.
everyone obviously needs to go and buy food.
Mm-hmm.
So I would hate when I would see the cart and I would already see these ladies coming down with like 3 babies. And they'd have like this little book. It was like their food stamps, like their welfare stuff. And that's a whole different procedure, like
Yeah.
at the
Oh.
store. It's like a whole different button. You have to make sure every item matches what's on the list, like the government list.
They can only get
They can
certain
only get-
items.
Yeah, they can only get certain items.
Yeah, that's why.
and they don't know that, even though they're on the program.
Yeah. I
That's
know a lot of
crazy.
people don't know that some aisles in supermarkets, they're specifically like, they have little stamps on the prices that say welfare.
Yeah.
And they encourage people not to get those specifically
Oh.
because then they can't get it.
Yeah,
But people
exactly.
don't notice. I never
People
noticed.
don't notice. So it's like these people would come like twice a month because
Mhm.
it would either the food stamps would either come out at the beginning of the month or the end of the month.
Mhm.
So it's like they would always get the wrong thing
Mhm.
every single time, and they would try to fight me on it. I'm like, I'm not setting up the list. I can't even scan it because the system says like error, like unavailable, like
Oh.
it's not for like welfare.
Oh, it doesn't even let you.
Yeah, so then I'd have to bring my manager because I'm not getting paid enough to argue with these customers.
yeah.
Bro, you're like what, like 17, arguing for
Yeah,
grown ass
exactly,
women?
Exactly.
Come
I'm
on.
like, bro, like go get your frozen orange juice. Like it's not the regular Tropicana. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
No name brand stuff.
no,
They're not
it's
giving
no
you that.
name brand.
The
It's
government,
like the store brand. Yeah.
the government ain't giving you that.
That was
You get
annoying.
bootleg and that's
Yeah.
it.
It's just like I feel bad because they're
Yeah.
on welfare, they need government
Yeah.
assistance, but it's like at least know what you're doing. Don't
Yeah.
argue with me. I'm just like a high schooler here
Mhm.
until like 10:30. you decided to come to this grocery store at 10 p.m. Like, don't try to rush now, right? This is on you.
Word, correct. Yeah, that's annoying that they would do that. That's like, it's like, I hate being anywhere other than my house for longer than I need to. I would not waste my time arguing. I'd be like, I want to go. Which one do I need to get so I can get the hell out of here?
I mean, some people were understanding, but it's like, other people, they're like, I want this, I want it now. Like, no, bro.
Why you?
This what this is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just how customers are. Like,
Yeah,
in,
just how
like when you're
customers-
doing kind of like service stuff,
Mm-hmm.
there's always gonna be a bunch. They're just so memorable because they cause the biggest.
Yeah,
ruckus.
I think for like at the burger place I worked at, I think the commotion mostly happened when it was like we were behind on orders and like people were taking too long because people aren't patient. That's the one thing you're going to learn in minimum wage jobs. People are not patient and they think they can treat you however they want to because you're working.
Rudely, yeah.
Like they're like, oh, you're beneath me. You're working at a burger place. I got a real job. Like shut up. Like you can't treat me.
They probably don't have a real job. They probably work at Home Depot.
Exactly. Like, don't treat me how, like, I'm handling your food. Don't treat me, like, with disrespect. Like, I think, like, it was just, like, especially when I worked, it was, like, open kind of counter.
Yeah.
So these people can hover over just watching me, like
I hate that
judging
too.
me.
I hate that too.
I'm sorry. At the bank, people would always do that. Like, okay,
You're right.
so the first bank I worked at, there was, like, these high, like, desks so you could put the stuff in, and then the glass.
Yeah.
And then tall dude, just like this. Yeah, you almost done. You got the crisp hundreds. Like, okay, you're breathing all up in here. Even before COVID, it's nasty. It's disgusting.
That's so funny. I would hate that because they would always, if they felt like you were taking too long, they would like start to get into a specific stance, like hand on the hip, like they adjust their neck to be like,
Oh yeah.
and they're like, oh my god.
Hope the microphone caught that.
I hope so too, because it was so loud. It's just like, oh, and they always look at you and they go,
Oh my god, especially McDonald's.
yeah.
People,
Oh my
like,
goodness.
You think of McDonald's, people disrespect McDonald's the
All the
most.
time.
Yes,
Like,
the poor workers.
Any fast food that's like name brand, they're like, oh, I get to disrespect you more.
That Travis Scott thing, it was so disrespectful what we did, but I mean, we had to do it anymore.
Oh, yeah, we did the thing, when you're just like, we're gonna put up the meat, where you're just like, hey, you know what I came for. Bing.
Blast, like, Astro World Travis Scott.
Yeah.
McDonald's, you can order when you're ready.
You know why I'm here?
They don't even care. They're just like,
They were just like, ha 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 ha. What would you like to order? If I was working at McDonald's during that time, I would laugh every single time. Like, it would not get old for
I'd
me.
be like, hey. Anything to just find any hint of enjoyment in McDonald's.
It was not.
Sucks your life away. Anything that could just make you laugh. That wasn't creepy. That wasn't a creepy dude trying to hit on you.
You
I remember
were.
one of you dudes had the morning shift.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was me.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
6
I desperately tried getting 6 a.m.s because working at the PMs was not fun.
No, especially in the place where we
I
at,
believe
they be acting
Yeah,
up.
we're kind of like in the hood, and that's just not fun.
No, but the mornings were good because they were good in a way that there weren't like crazy people, but
Yes.
they're also bad in a way that they're crazy people that need their coffee.
Yeah, like they're cranky.
So, oh my
Yes.
god, their coffee,
Addiction, yeah.
coffee at McDonald's. It's so. There was one lady every day came in like maybe like 12 noon, every day wants iced coffee. One iced coffee, plain. The other one,
Black.
maybe sugar with milk. Every single time, and every single time I made it, I gave it to her. She's like, I don't like that. I think that's from like the bottom of the barrel. I want the fresh
Bruh.
iced coffee. I'm like, you want the fresh iced coffee from McDonald's? And then she would make
Our
us.
standard.
She would make a go to the freaking freezer, get the the coffee
Yeah,
that we're
yeah.
making ice, like making it chilled, and like redo it, and then she'd be mad that it's taking so long. And I'm like, you're waiting here for 20 minutes because you wanted the fresh iced coffee
At McDonald's.
At McDonald's.
and she does it. She did it every single day. And I'm like,
Jesus Christ.
I saw her. I was like, I already know your order. I already know your order. And her poor like son or whatever
Yeah.
brother would just be laughing, just be like, yeah, this is every day. We do this every single day.
I would get.
Stop.
No, it was just like an old lady. I'm just like, why do you do this?
I'd be tired.
Just like,
It's old people.
Yeah.
and it was
Love doing that.
Yeah, at McDonald's there were different breed of people there, especially in the morning. But at least in the morning there wasn't that much people, and the orders you were doing
no,
were just
there
coffee.
was though.
What?
It came in rushes, so
I
like
believe it.
it'd be like a rush of
Oh,
people,
you're right.
and it'd be so stressful because it's almost always people ordering coffee. So we'd always run out of coffee,
Mhm.
so we gotta keep like very stressfully keep brewing coffee, and then there'd be people waiting like, I have work in like 5 minutes. Why aren't you done yet?
Like, why you wake up late for work?
If you knew you were coming here.
Exactly. You know McDonald's at this point. You know that it's always packed. It's always stressed. So don't come to McDonald's for coffee if you're in a rush.
Word.
Don't go to McDonald's if you're in a rush. Any
Yeah.
period.
Anywhere. Don't go anywhere.
They're like the workers are in a rush already. Don't add stress to them.
Exactly.
Don't do that.
And then it'd be like hash browns. Hash browns are so popular because they're delicious.
They're like, I want 5 hash browns. We're like, you want 5? Yo, in the back, pop like 7 in.
I like popping them in there. They were fun, but it was just stressful because you have to be like, are the hash browns done? Beep. All right, go, and it was just stressful. McDonald's was just very stressful.
Yeah. Really. So then let's talk about, I guess, what memorable stories we got. Any memorable people at work?
I mean, sure. Like our coworkers or like.
Oh yeah, we could do coworkers first, and then we'll talk about the weird customers we've met.
Okay. I mean,
Is that what's next on our agenda?
Next,
yeah. Okay. All right.
So I had coworkers first at the grocery store. Everyone, it varied in age because a lot of people, this was their first job.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of high schoolers, maybe college kids, and then you have like old lady.
Oh yeah.
Who've been there for like 20 years, never moved on, never went anywhere else. I think because they would probably get a lot of benefits and
That makes sense.
You get a raise like every quarter or so.
Yeah.
So everyone was pretty chill. I got along mostly with the old ladies. Like,
really?
Once I went into college and I was working those morning shifts before class, they'd be like, "Oh, a young kid's here. You're gonna help me bag, or you're gonna do lunch for me." And I'm like, "Okay, why not?"
Oh, that's cute.
You know, it's like a 4-hour shift.
Yeah.
I don't care.
You know, old ladies are always so nice. They're always like so nice and like comforting. So it's like a positive on like being at work.
I mean, they know what they're doing by now.
That's true.
They have their specific customers, the way they specifically want things bagged.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I can rock with this. It makes sense.
Yeah, that's like easy.
And then at the body shop, everyone was kind of young.
Yeah.
It was like all women. I was like a seasonal worker. And so I started with like a mom. She was like, this is my second job. I'm doing this to like buy gifts or something for Christmas. And then there's this other girl. She was there for a few years. And then there's this other girl. She was a makeup artist.
Oh yeah, I remember her.
I miss her.
She was nice.
She was really nice. She was funny. And I had this one supervisor. I don't want to say her name, but I don't know. We were close together all the time. She would tell me the craziest stories about like these guys she would date. She would bring back to her house.
Oh
no! Her house wouldn't have like heating or something.
Oh no!
She was like, yeah, this guy's keeps trying to invite me out, but I don't want to. But I want the free dinner. I'm like,
oh, that's kind of yikes.
I can't. She had the best stories. And our manager was pretty chill. She was really nice. She watched anime. So that's what we got to talk about.
Love anime. We're anime nerds.
She taught me about skincare. So I got to learn like different skin types and what's right for it, what's not. Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute.
Yeah, that I interacted with was pretty chill. I mean, if I didn't interact with you probably weren't pretty chill.
Yeah. You usually ignore people that are annoying.
Big time.
So I think for me, for coworkers, especially at the burger place I worked at, there was just a lot of drama, like a lot of tea. Like the first bit, it was like the first week we were working there, like the first official week, because it wasn't like a new company. It was more like a new brand, a new store for like the area, but it was like, you know, a upcoming branch, whatever.
A new franchise.
Yeah, it was new franchise. It had like 2 stores, and then our location opened up. That was like the 3rd store. So it was brand new, and we were like excited because it was like our first official week. And there was this one girl that was really nice. I thought she was my age. Turned out she was like 30. Was really shook because she's really short and just I thought she just wore bad makeup. I didn't know that was she. She had really bad and really long nails. Long nails are cute, but like the really ugly like eyeliner or whatever. But I thought she was my age. She wasn't. And she was really nice to me. She always made an effort to talk to me. And I appreciated that because that was the first time I worked by myself without my sister. Like, you know, just my own separate place. So I was kind of nervous. And I remember she was nice and everything, and she was kind of weird. The first like weird experience was actually kind of funny. She was talking, and then this lady walked in, and she said, "Hey, did you just come in and use the Starbucks, you know, bathroom like 20 minutes ago?" And she was like, "Yeah." And they walked away a little bit. So I was like, "Oh, okay, they have a serious discussion. I guess I'll go do something." So I was walking to each table, make sure there was ketchup or whatever, and I overheard her saying, "You destroyed the bathroom. It was disgusting. There was shit everywhere." There was shit everywhere. I'm here to personally tell you, you can never come back to use this bathroom. That's what she told her. I remember being like,
Jade. Oh my God.
That's
I don't know if I ever told you that because I remember.
No, I don't remember that at all.
I remember being so shook, like, damn, she really came and walked the 2 blocks just to tell her. How did she know where she were?
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god,
I saw her shirt. Yeah.
that is a next level savagery. Oh my god, I wish I was that savage.
That's hilarious.
Like, I remember I looked at her, pretending I didn't know, like, is everything okay?
Oh no.
And she's like, yeah, I just forgot something at the store. I'm like, oh, did you?
Got flush. Jesus.
That was so, and then, the next part was way more serious because I found out and I was mad. I was mad because I called out that day, I think, for something, or I just wasn't scheduled into work. The coworkers called me like, yo, you missed the tea. I was like, what I miss? I didn't even know these kids. So I was excited that they talked to me in that way because I was like, oh, they would include me. And then they told me like, that girl, that fat white girl with the bad makeup.
Damn, they said all that?
Bro, yes. That's how they described it. They didn't like her, apparently. I didn't know why, though. I guess because I'm
that Starbucks lady.
Yeah. So they come and she's like, yo, she just got arrested. They call the cops. I was like, what? What happened? How did I miss the fucking cops? I was so mad because I would have.
Good day. We see cops. Not for you.
I was mad I missed it. She's like, she apparently was stealing money from the register. I'm like, on week 1? She couldn't wait till like 2 months in. The store just opened. Of course they're going to be counting that like word for word. What is wrong with her?
Week 1?
Bro, week 1, like maybe week 2, maybe. That's like if we're being generous. I remember I'm like, you know what? She probably did it because she got a kid and her baby daddy's in jail.
Oh.
I learned so much about this girl.
So what was the process? How did they call the cops? What was the process?
I think they were looking at the cameras and they were like, one of the cashiers were like, hey, like the boss was like, hey, why is the stuff short? Yeah. And, they were like, I didn't do anything. So they looked at cameras. I don't know why she didn't think to like
that
do
they had cameras.
Yeah, like it's a new store. They just opened. Of course they got cameras. They showed us where the camera was. They made sure to be like, don't do no shady stuff because we watching. And sure enough, they found her. They politely called the police. They came in. They took her out. She apparently left kicking and screaming like, I got a kid. Don't take me away. But they took her away. They had to take her away. So that was like craziest first experience. And then after that, it was just more like really like, because these people, what they were doing, they were bringing their problems to work. I don't know why they did it. Why are you bringing your tea to work? Like, go leave that at home.
People are messy.
Yeah, they're messy. Because I remember there was another thing with this girl, and she was kind of like, a little more like hood. So she was like a little like didn't really like being told what to do. But if you're her boss signing her check, she of course will listen. But like co-workers that like were like, hey, you don't do this correctly. She took it very personally. And I remember this one girl told her something and she was like, I've been working here for 2 years. How you gonna tell me what to do?
2 years?
Yeah. She's apparently working there for quite a while.
She probably got transferred.
Okay. Probably.
She did. She got transferred to a different store. But it was just like, that was another story. There was one guy named I won't say his name. But I was about to say it too. He had a fight with this girl. Apparently he was talking like shit with some girl down the stairs. Like we had our lockers. It was like down the stairs.
A lot of these people, this is like a Degrassi.
And I was never involved. I always ever was like, that one was like the first time I was actually there. Cause I remember he walked out of like the little room where we do the dishes. So it's like those passing doors that like move in and out. Yes. He came out like, I'm leaving. I don't know what. I can't stand any of you hoes. I was like,
right now.
And I remember me and him were like kind of like nice, like casual, just like, hey, what's up? Yeah. And I was like, what happened? Are you okay? And that was like the only thing that kept him a little calm because I was genuinely like, oh my God, are you okay? Because he looked upset. He was like, no, they're talking all this shit and telling me what to do and all this. And then another girl got involved. She pushed her. Oh my, she pushed her down the stairs. She's like, no. Just missed the stairs. No. Almost went down the stairs.
Almost for murder, but not quite there yet.
And I was like, what's happening? 2 people stormed out. They had to do like a 20-minute walk. They came in like, I ain't working with you anymore. They had to like make sure they weren't scheduled together. I think one quit. But I just remember that burger place was like either super.
Where do you find these people?
They're just like anyone. Yeah. Like it's like a burger place. You know how you hire anyone for, like, I remember when I walked, like when we went in, they didn't really ask for much. There was no interview. They were just like, you ever do cashier before? And I was like, yes, in McDonald's. They were like, bet. Here you go.
Perfect.
like
That's all we need.
they were ready to, because they're just ready to train you.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
that hard.
What was that story that you said that the cops were already eating there and they asked the cops to just arrest this guy?
Oh,
That sounds familiar.
yes, I
remember
remember
that one.
because the owner was out. And he likes to be really nice to the cops on purpose.
A
That's
lot of owners are like that.
yes. So every time they came in, they're like, "Go get them burgers, go get them fries, go get them everything, go get them," because they're cops, and they're always like, the cops are like, nah, yeah, and they're like, every time too. They're always like grown men too. It made me laugh that they were like so silly about it. And I just remember this one girl was acting crazy again. It was like that altercation happened. Then it was always like on thin ice. Everything. It was always a lot of tension. And I remember she probably said one thing, and that just set her off. I was outside cleaning the table. I couldn't even hear. I just saw screaming in silence. Just and then the cops got up. They were like, well, they got their stuff ready. they got a napkin, wiped their mouth.
Yeah.
And they were like, ma'am, are we really going to have to do this right now?
I'm on my lunch break, man.
I just remember there was a lot of like petty beef because people just couldn't mind their business.
Yeah.
Just mind your business. Like I remember when I left there, they were like, "You were our best worker. You always did your job. You always came on time. You didn't get arrested. You didn't start no beef. You were always like a hard worker. You ever want to come back, all that stuff." But yeah, that place was a very crazy place. I didn't even realize it was that crazy till I just talk about it right now.
Yeah.
That was like 2-3 years ago, so I just didn't really remember it till just now. It was really,
funny.
I thought that job was boring when I left. I'm like, man, that was boring.
That was funny. I remember. No, I don't know why you thought that. Every time you told me something happened at work, I'm like, what happened again?
Always something
You're
happening.
right. I would tell the whole family. You're
Yeah,
right.
you would. It would be a time. It'd be
forgot.
fun. I don't think I have any crazy stories with like customers or coworkers.
What do you mean?
Do I?
At McDonald's?
Not really coworkers. There was this one dude at McDonald's. He was strange. He was a unique character. He would talk very military, like very straight, like
Okay.
da 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 da, and would move very robotically. And he would, every time he met someone new for the first time, he would explain his life story in 2 minutes.
I hate that.
2
Don't
minutes.
Tell me your life story.
A 2-minute flash, like I remember like, hello, nice to meet you. He's like, hey, hello, my name is this, I did this, I was in the war, I went to Dubai for like 3 years, got the scar.
Bye.
Took off his hat, showed his scar. I know sign language. He would just
Go.
go.
You just walk away.
He ran it down so quickly. I just was taking information so quickly. I was like, But it was actually really nice that I knew that he did sign language because I remember one customer came in was like this, like say, give me paper.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got a guy.
1 minute.
I 1 minute. I went to the back like, sign language. Oh my God, do it. And I remember he did it. It was great. And the manager was so impressed.
That's funny.
They were like, oh my God. As if he didn't run down his life story to them.
Yeah,
As if
yeah.
they probably forgot.
They probably forgot.
I remember that. Other than that, there was this one lady. She was like a mom.
Oh my
She was-
God. I
She
remember.
was always whining. Always whining. Always at the end of her, like 5 minutes at the end of her shift, every single time, this is what she'd say. I gotta get home to my kid. You're not gonna let me out? Are you gonna go pick up my kid? Are you gonna go pick? And I was like, but she had like a country accent too,
Yeah.
so she'd have like say it a little funnier. And everything, I'm like, you're doing this every day, girl. Come on, you know you're
Schedule yourself.
It's like my baby daddy got work. I'm like, bro, every day he got work.
Day
Yeah.
she say that. I don't think I had any other crazy stories other than like
That's
I think
funny.
when I worked at the warehouse.
Yeah.
There'd just be customers that'd be like, I want to return this. And then we'd be like, no, it's not returnable, not exchangeable. And they'd be like, well, I just had my wedding the other day, so I can't use this. So what do you expect me to do about it? I'm like, I don't know, man.
You bought it.
Money, baby.
So that's a good segue into what we want to talk about next, which is crazy stories from crazy customers. And I'm sure we have. Like, I have.
Ooh,
We got it. We worked at McDonald's. We got it. But we'll start with Melanie though.
trying to remember.
At the grocery store.
Want to come back?
Yeah, come back.
All right. You want to go first to crazy
Yes,
stories?
I remember.
She was ready.
I was so angry that I was scared because I shouldn't have been scared. So it was a regular day at McDonald's. I worked the morning shift, but I worked a little bit till the afternoon, so it was like probably like 1 o'clock too. This guy comes in very hyper. He's just like, hey, I'm here. I want this. I want a chicken sandwich, no tomatoes, extra lettuce, take out the onions, put mustard, and then I'd be like, okay.
Like none of that stuff was even on the McChicken,
Yeah.
but like, what it and not make sure it's not on
It
it
was
too.
a whole
Jeez.
list of things. He gave me a long list. And he's like, you got it? You got that? I'm like, yeah, I got it. He's like, say it to me one more time.
Oh, no.
And I would be like, okay, I did this. He's like, all right, you got it? You made sure double check one more time. I'm like, yeah, I got it. I did it. I said it one more time to him. And I think he's like, okay, because if you get it wrong, I'm going to get very angry. I'm like, no, don't worry. I got it. I got it. And I ring the order up, blah, blah, blah. He gets the bag, looks in it, opens it like in front of the cash register, and he flips out because apparently there was tomato in it, and he asked for no tomato. And he flipped out crazy. He went, oh my God, you do this to me every single time. Every single
Why
time.
you keep coming here then?
Every single time you come in here. But he was like screaming at the top of his lungs, and he like was almost getting on top of the counter, screaming, very angry, and he was screaming at me like very hostile, and like touching his pockets a lot. So I was
like a gun?
I don't know. He was just touching it a lot.
Oh no!
And I was so
He's
nervous.
looking for it though.
Yeah.
Probably, but
Yeah.
I was so nervous and scared. But thinking back to it now, I'm like, after he left, they're like, oh, we might call. They pressed the little button,
Yeah.
called the cops. He got out of there. Angry as fuck. They gave him like a new burger because that's what managers do. They just like, oh, we're gonna give you whatever you wanted so you can get the fuck out and leave.
That's fine.
And I remember like shaking, and then the guy next to me was like, you did that right. He was tripping. I was like, I know I did it right. But I was so scared because he was really
He was
hostile.
erratic, yeah.
He was really erratic, irrational.
You were like
crazy.
you're like 17 too.
Yeah.
And I was just, after he left, I was like, why am I shaking? I hate this. I probably could have kicked his ass.
Yeah.
He was skinny. He was just a little crazy.
Yeah. It was just like a type of energy.
Crazy type.
It was
Yeah.
a very crazy energy. And
You weren't ready.
I remember that, like, I was so angry that I was scared.
Yeah.
So angry at myself. Like, I should never be scared of this asshole.
Yeah.
Yelling at me, treating me like crap.
Yeah.
You weren't ready, man.
I wasn't. And that's probably why I was shaking, because
Yeah.
I was not
Yeah.
prepared for that.
I think there was only another time, one other time, and a guy did jump on the counter. It was some dude, and I think he was a homeless guy or something, and he just wanted he wanted like a burger, but I don't think he had money to pay for it. He was just acting like a little crazy, like he was not right in the head. And I remember he was upset, he was yelling at the managers, he was angry, and he climbed on top of the counter, jumping, stomping, like, give it to me now, I want my order right fucking now. And I got so scared because like the last thing you expect is for a customer to jump on top of the counter.
Single button under the
I
counter.
literally backed away, and the manager, I remember her face. I remember her going again, and then clicking the button like, don't worry about him. We called the police, and then the police came, and then they called the ambulance apparently, and he went away in an ambulance.
yeah,
Like,
because, they don't
He's
know.
probably on drugs.
yeah.
Probably on drugs, or maybe, like, not mentally sound, or
Yeah.
didn't get his medication.
Yeah, and I remember that being so crazy. I wasn't scared. I was more like shook because he really jumped on top. I was really shook. I don't think for McDonald's there was any. I mean,
I remember one more thing before I give it
Yeah,
back to you.
yeah.
Melanie.
Ooh.
Very quick. It's not a story. I wasn't there.
what happened?
But the homeless lady that always came into McDonald's, she passed away in the sidewalk. Fell
Oh,
asleep on
yes.
the ground. She was fell asleep on the
dang.
ground, and because it's McDonald's, they
Yeah.
don't want the homeless people there. They try to wake her up. She was dead. They had to like get the ambulance.
Yes.
Big sad.
And I remember like, no, she died. She always got a sundae, a strawberry sundae, and had like to scrounge 50 cents for the
Yeah.
extra fudge because she liked it. I was like, oh, I'm kind of sad for her. It was sad.
Yeah, and there was a lot of homeless people at our
Rest in
McDonald's.
peace.
Yeah, rest in peace for her. I didn't know her name or anything, but I
Yeah.
knew that she always got the strawberry sundae.
Yeah.
Strawberry Sunday lady.
Yeah, I think the only other weird people were like that one pimp that came in.
Oh, yes! But it was
Yeah.
I think they were underage girls, which made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, he always had 3 bitches with her,
You don't wanna
with him at
ask,
all
yeah.
times.
Ugh.
I remember that, and he would always talk to us because me and Mr. were like 17 years
Yeah.
old, and always like, "Hey, ladies,
You recruit.
hi, ladies, how you doing? How you lovely? You want me to buy you something?" And he
was
always
funny,
take out money.
But it was funny because he had like 3 girls next to him, and he was like, "Get whatever you want." I'm like, "This is McDonald's. That's not like you're in Gucci saying
Yeah.
whatever, get whatever you want. You're in McDonald's telling fucking girls to get whatever they want."
I remember that pimp because I remember not realizing he was a pimp, and I still was like, "Yeah, that was a pimp," and I was like, "Oh," because he had the cane, he had the suit, so I don't
even
know.
had the cane?
Yes, he had the
And he
cane.
had-
I don't know why I didn't realize.
He came casual clothes.
But I wasn't ready for it. I don't know. What about you? You remember your crazy stories?
I'm trying. I don't remember too many crazy stories at my minimum wage job.
Mhm.
My second bank job had a lot of crazy stories.
Mhm.
I guess I can talk about it, even though it was
Yeah.
minimum wage.
Yeah.
The most recent I remember is this older woman. She's maybe like 60s.
Mhm.
Came in right when we opened the doors again. After the pandemic's still going on, but we opened the doors like late June
Mhm.
because New Jersey was starting to go down again. She comes in. no bra. She had like those little tank tops, like those stripy tank tops and like boy shorts. And her son is like 40 years old. He's like masked up, scarfed up, turtleneck, I don't know, everything like covered. Yeah. So his mom, no bra, is like exposed, whatever. Tits is like out.
Hanging.
Gross. It's just gross.
Yeah.
Poking through.
And her son's just all covered up. And they go to my coworker, and she's like, I just came back from, I think it was like Columbia Bank. Like, I had to close my account there. I was so angry with them. They asked me if I wanted to do online banking. I said no. I want everything in person. I can finally come into this bank. All the other banks like won't open their doors. We won't open the doors because there's pandemic. We don't want your nasty ass in here.
Word.
You would think they know.
You would think
they know.
So I just felt bad for my coworker because, like, they have the little, like, glass shield things, but she would still come around and, like, lean over the computer. So I would watch my other coworker and the timeline would watch, and we're like, Jesus, that poor kid, like, she's all up in there.
Word.
Like, her mask is barely hanging on, boobs. It was so nasty. Every time she would come in, she would cause a scene. For no reason. She's like...
During COVID.
She would make a deposit, right? For a deposit, you don't need ID or anything. You just need your account number and whatever money you're putting in there. And she was like, she went to my coworker. She doesn't go to me anymore because we had issues. So she went to her. She's like, why didn't you ask me for my ID? And my coworker was like, well, you're doing a deposit. Why would I need your ID? Your account number's here. Like, you wrote your name and this is the cash you're depositing. And she's like, you don't know if it's me. And I'm like, but then she was like, you know, it doesn't matter if it's like a stranger putting money into your account.
Yeah.
It's not like it's going to fault you. Money's going into your account. That's ridiculous. Next time you have to ask me for my ID.
That's ridiculous. Free money's ridiculous?
It's ridiculous. So with me, I work drive up most of the times. And the drive up, so like you see the window from the lobby and the computer is right there. So you could kind of see like my computer if you're like standing like a customer outside of the teller line.
Okay.
But it's far enough where you really can't see it. It's like in 12-point font. Like I'm in front of the computer. So I was taking her and I was going back and forth because she's inside, but I'm working drive up. She's like, why are you taking me there? Why can't you use any of these other computers? I'm like, well, this is my station. Like, I can't use those computers. They don't work.
Yeah. She's
like, I don't want you to take me when you're right there. Everyone can see my information. I'm like, but the screen is done. Like, there's nothing here. This is just the main menu.
Yeah.
She's like, close everything out. I'm like, ma'am, I turned around to look at the computer. I was like, ma'am, I can't even see it from here. Like here you go. Have a nice day. She's like, next time I'm not going to come to you. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, bet. Word, bet.
I'm like, I can't even see. I'm wearing glasses. Like, after that, so my other coworker, he comes around and tells me, he's like, what did she say to you? I'm like, she's talking about how everyone in the room can see her information, even though the computer's all the way over there and we're here. And so he goes to where she was standing. He's like this. Yeah, I can't see. And he's got good vision, you know, like he doesn't need glasses or anything. I'm like, I don't know what she's talking about. She's like 60 years old. I know her vision's worse than me even with glasses. I don't know what she's talking about. Every time she comes in, it was a problem. Alrighty, so now we're getting into the third part of our little minimum wage jobs episode. We're just going to read off some questions. So what do you think are the pros and cons of minimum wage jobs?
Honestly, it's hard to find any pros really because there's a lot of cons. You know, you're not getting paid that much. A lot of employers will like expect more than like what they're even paying you. They're like, I want you to do like 4 tasks all at once and manage the customers and pack all the food and do all these things all at the same time. And that's like whack. And then they're not paying you much and, you know, you're not getting respected that much. I think the only real pro is that like, if you're like 16, 17, you just need a job.
Yeah.
And you have no experience. I mean, it's something. You're getting paid for something.
Exactly.
You got to build up the resume.
Yeah.
You know, it just helps you get the ball rolling. Maybe you could find something better that isn't exactly minimum wage.
Word.
But,
yeah.
You know, you got to get that little step going.
Yeah.
It's a stepping stone. And honestly, it kind of teaches you what you hate in a job.
Yup.
It's like, so like,
big time.
I did fast food and I never want to work in food. I didn't even work retail, but I know I would hate it.
Correct. Yeah. The second, when I left that burger place, that was like my last like fast food job. I was like, I am never doing that ever again. I dreaded going into work every day, hated being there on your feet for like 8 hours. Your feet tired. You're really tired. I had to clean. I don't even like mopping and sweeping. So I was just sad doing this. I hate doing all those things. So I definitely never want to do that again.
But yeah, I worked retail, like, at the body shop.
Oh,
it,
yes.
It wasn't bad because, skincare, like, most of the people are coming in there are, like, looking for something specific.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't too bad, but it's just the fact of selling. Like,
Yeah.
I hate having to sell.
Yeah.
I hate it a lot. Like, that's why I left my other bank job, because they were really pushing us to sell stuff.
Mhm.
And I just can't do it, especially if the products, like, aren't good enough.
Yeah.
If I don't believe in it, I'm not going to sell it.
Word.
Because I know there's something better out there for the person. But, like, obviously I can't recommend, like, another bank
Yeah.
if I'm working at another place.
Correct. That would be shady.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
like,
the same way. I can't fake it.
Yeah.
It's really hard for me. I think when I was working like secretary stuff, they would be like, oh, what do you think is good and stuff. That was a little easier just because I know the prices are wholesale. I know that they're okay. But I would generally be like, hey, that stuff's not, it's not, get this one instead.
Yeah.
That one's okay. But like only like customer service wasn't that bad.
oh,
It's only
yeah.
when customer service is only bad when it's like unreasonable people. But that's a good skill. But that's what's good about minimum wage. It kind of builds those skills you would never
That's
build
true.
anywhere else. Because
Yeah.
you need to be able to like handle that kind of stress and learn it even in like a baseline. Even if you weren't good at it, like you got the baseline experience.
Yeah.
That's true, because most minimum wage jobs, even if it's like, cashier work, that aside, like just people skills is important to build. Just learning how to deal with people, learning how to deal with negative like customers that come in like crazy, just learning how to deal with all those things and knowing it yourself. Like after I work at McDonald's, I'm like, these people can't treat me this way. And I learned that from that. I didn't expect to be treated the way I was, but you learned that from working there. So
I think you definitely learn if you're a people person or not.
yes.
Mhm.
Like,
Yes.
even with small talk, I can't do small talk with customers. I mean, if they'll start, I'll try, sure. I mean, if you're nice. But, like, I can't be like, so how was the weather? Like, how was your drive?
Yeah.
Like, I hate that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hate that even if I'm the customer and, like, I'm shopping, like, at Ulta or something. Like, just, just bring my stuff. I already put my card. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be out.
I honestly, for me, I don't mind that type of stuff because I worked at a massage place. That wasn't minimum wage, but it was a massage place. And I did have, like, when I was, doing the desk work and the customers come in for a massage, sometimes they'll do small talk. And I was really good at doing that just because I can ramble about anything.
I'm the worst.
I can ramble about anything at any time. Like, I could just keep going. So for me, that's easy. Like, be on the phone, customer service, like, like I could do that. It's not hard for me.
I just get pretty dry and be like, okay.
Yeah, no,
It's just silence.
I think that's what I learned from myself. That's why if I like want to look for another customer service job, I'm like, listen, I did all this. I'm pretty passionate. I don't mind it, and I can say that with confidence.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. So the next question, I would say, what was your biggest takeaway from these minimum wage jobs?
I think it was like what my sister said, like, I don't want to work there ever again. I never, like, I remember, like, even if I'm broke, dirt poor, I will not go back.
Or at least I know to be picky. I know which ones to pick.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
I know which ones to pick. Like, I'm not going to do fast food, but, like, maybe I can work at Michael's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
true.
can see that.
I can see that. Yeah, like,
Hobby Lobby.
oh, yeah, I like,
can do that.
Holidays would be hectic. Like,
Yeah.
anywhere it's
I'm
hectic.
kind of used to holiday stuff, so I feel like, I would be able to work at, like, a craft store.
yeah. I mean, you're right. I think it depends on the type of store and the type of customers that go into that type of store.
That's true.
Yeah.
I know if all else fails, I could work as a bank teller.
Yeah,
again.
that's true.
I do enjoy, like, my one favorite part of working at the bank is right when you open the vault, you spin the little thing.
Oh shit! There's actually like a spinny thing. That's
Oh.
hilarious.
Combo, and then there's like the spinning
You
thing.
pretend you're like you're a joker or a bank guard, be like, like, and just pretend.
No.
It sounds like a cartoon.
Professional.
I would be
No,
fucking
no.
around.
No. My favorite thing is, like, once when you open it, like, straight in the morning, you get, like, that old paper smell. Like, that's the money.
Oh.
Like, I know some people think it's, like, dirty or it's, like, I don't know. My
Yeah.
coworker thought it was just dust. I'm like, it's, like... it's like that paper, that cash money. Yeah, like, just don't touch it. Don't put it on your face. But, like, that was my favorite part. Like, if I have to open at 7:30 in the morning, that's going to wake me up. No,
You're getting that Mr.
cash.
Krabs energy.
Hardcore cash, like just
I really
straight.
like that smell. I don't know. I'm gonna miss that smell. That's one of the things I was gonna miss.
Just those stacks of money.
I miss going to McDonald's, going to like the back freezer and just staying there for longer than you have to.
What
Just be like, it's just so silent and cold. You're just like,
A break from the chaos. That's so
that
sad.
was my favorite part. Or like sometimes working drive-through only because no one bothers you.
Yeah.
Unless you need to, like, unless someone gives you like 100, you gotta get the manager.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, drive-through was the easiest at McDonald's.
Give or take. it was drive-through. If you were taking the orders, were easy. If you were giving the orders, that was stressful.
Oh yeah, correct. You're right. Taking the orders was easy. I think another fun thing, memorable thing from McDonald's was sometimes like there was a lot of Spanish ladies working like the cook. Sometimes they would randomly bring plátanos and salami.
They cook their breakfast in the morning.
And they would offer some. It was just always like so funny because you don't think about that.
Wow.
It was so funny. I'm like, oh my god, we make a
They got
plátanos?
you too, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. They would like buy the ingredients and they'd make their own stuff.
Yeah.
I forgot they did that. That was
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
Yeah, getting free food in general at a fast food place was fun. Like at the burger place, like they would like you didn't bring lunch, just make yourself something. Ask the griller. He can come cook you up a burger. I'd always get like a turkey burger or like the black bean burger because like I didn't want to eat like beef every day.
You gain weight.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what, this is delicious. I'm eating. It's free. So, those are like the little things took away from it.
I think another takeaway is like you get to work with all different types of people.
Correct.
People you never would have like crossed paths with if you're like in school or in college.
Yeah.
Like all walks of life. Like somehow all like 10 of you ended up in this one same job.
Yeah.
You're all here experiencing the same bullshit together.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always interesting because you never really make friends with like people, especially people older than you.
Yeah.
So like it was always interesting seeing like these older people and having conversations with them. Like they'll telling you their crazy things. Like I just divorced my wife. Like what you do? What did you do? What? It's crazy.
I know my coworker at when I was a secretary at my mom's job. My coworker, she had like a kid and her kid liked K-pop and she was always talking
Aw.
about it. She's like, I don't know, she likes these Asian guys. I'm like, Asian guys? And she's like, I think they're BTS. I'm like, oh, she likes K-pop? And we talk about that and she'd be like, yeah. And like she would call her daughter on
That's
FaceTime
cute.
during work. And she'd be like, oh, my coworker watches it too. She sounds like Cardi B.
Wow.
She sounds like her voice and the way she talks, very Cardi
like that
B.
New York.
Yeah, very Cardi B. And it was just so fun talking to her. Just, and it kind of, what was another good takeaway is that when I worked the same place, it's like a good ratio between like a good mix of people, but like half English speakers, half Hispanics, 2% Chinese speakers, 1% Polish women. That was wild.
Boy.
But like I would practice, I'll be like forced to practice Spanish.
Yeah, you're put in the
Speaking
situation.
it. Because like there's some customers that only know Spanish
Yeah.
and they know they can work there because they go there because most of the workers
Or
speak
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But they would come to me and I would be like, they'd be like speaking real quick in Spanish. I'd be like, okay, I got this. Channel the Spanish in me.
Wow.
Channel it.
Yeah, just to let you know, me and Mr. don't know Spanish that well. Like I can understand it if someone speaks it to me, but like once it comes to talking, I just can't get it out.
Oh, I
Same.
freeze the deer in the headlight.
Yes.
So like when I worked
Head
there,
empty.
I learned more numbers. I learned like basic, like the same repetitive stuff you have to do, and directions a little bit. So I was like, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Like some places you work, you would learn, you pick up a
That's
language.
true.
Yeah,
That's true,
and the
yeah.
way you like pronounce also sounded more Spanish. Like your pronunciation sounded so much better
Nice.
too.
Yeah, I need to get back into that.
Authentic.
Yeah, that's a good takeaway. I forgot about that you had to do that.
I really appreciated that.
Yeah. So what's the next question?
All right. Do you want to read it? Or you want
I don't know where we are.
Okay. The next question is: besides the pay, did you enjoy the jobs you had?
I enjoyed the tea at that one job. It was crazy every day. And like not every day, but like when it happened, I did appreciate it. I thought it was funny. Like
How's the day go by?
I would get excited to come home so I could be like, Ma, you have no idea what happened at work. Like that was
I
fun.
think that's the best thing about jobs with tea. I
Yeah.
remember the first job we did, the photography place. That was cool just because we would go to like fancy
Extravagant
places,
parties.
like mansions, big
I remember
events.
y'all talking about that.
Yes.
And it was just and you would just see the type of people that are booking these places and like how extravagant it was.
Yeah. You saw what it was like to have money.
It-
Like
what
Different
to have-
lifestyle.
like it was, and that was cool. I really liked that. And sometimes you would get like the food there because
Yeah.
they would give it to you.
yeah.
Or you take a souvenir. Like I remember
Yeah.
they gave the bachelor. It was like a bar mitzvah,
Mhm.
and they had like a little. There was like Nike themes for some reason.
Yeah, it was Nike theme.
T-shirt.
Yes.
And it was,
Yeah.
it was a Nike logo with the kid's name on it, and they gave it to all of us, and I still have it.
To
I
this
even
day.
gave one to my friend because they
That's
gave me
funny.
extra.
Comfy
Still-
shirt.
I still have it.
Yeah. You know what? Didn't you have to do a party and it was like only headphones party?
Yes, it was the
That's-
silent party where it's like a basically silent party
Okay,
where
okay, yeah.
everyone has headphones and they would sync the music to everyone. So like, and depending on
That's
the which,
stupid.
Yeah.
it was kind of cool because it was nice and quiet. It was beautiful.
But like, can you imagine being
But
a
it's a
worker?
party.
Yeah, exactly.
But they were like, like it was a gimmick, you know.
Yeah.
But it was funny because like if you were red, like you were listening to the same
Yeah.
thing. Some people would be different. It was cool.
Wait, but like as a worker, you all were just sitting in silent.
I mean, just watch people like dancing in silence.
But that's stupid. That's like silly.
stupid.
That's
That's
silly.
fun.
I would feel embarrassed, like watching that. Like, look at these
they're kids. They're like 14
Yeah.
years
Oh,
old.
you're right.
They didn't
Yeah.
care.
You're right.
They
That's
were
so-
having the time of their lives. It was a rich party.
Yeah, you're right. They had money. They had like crazy money.
Yeah, they did. That's what I like. Those small things.
Yeah.
Yeah, those small
That's
things.
cute.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked working at the body shop because everyone was just pretty chill. Like, we all had, like, similar interests. Like,
Mhm.
we liked makeup, we'd watch YouTube, we'd watch anime, like,
That's great.
similar kind of fashion.
Mhm.
So, during our downtimes, I remember my coworker did, like, my eyebrows.
Oh, I remember that, and it looked really good.
She changed, like, the way I do my eyebrows now. Like, I, like, overplucked. I mean, I don't think it's overplucked. My family thinks it's overplucked.
Mhm.
But I just like the way it's, like, arched now. It's
Mhm.
skinnier. It's not those James Charles thick brows.
Mhm.
I hate those now.
Yeah.
But she changed the way I do my eyebrows.
Damn.
Like,
I didn't know
my-
she did that
my
during work.
favorite. It was so slow that day, and so we remember. We asked our manager. We're like, can we just like play around with the makeup that's there? Because it's supposed to be like vegan, like
Yes.
cruelty-free makeup. She
I
wanted
remember
to try it out. I'm like, I don't care. Like, it's a Friday night, it's whatever. And she's like, all right, sit down. So we just did that for a good 30 minutes, and like
Dang.
one customer would come in, and we'd be like, all right, we gotta try to sell to her.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then she'd walk out, we go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
That's cool.
That's super cute.
That sounds so cute. I wish I worked like a job like that. Like I've
cute.
always wanted to work in like a Sephora because I wanted
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
free makeup, but it never ended up happening.
I think they're pretty picky now.
I think so
It's like
too.
everyone thinks they're a makeup artist.
Yeah.
And since the makeup industry boomed, like there's
Bro.
a lot of people who do
Yeah.
it.
$1 billion industry.
Especially
Boom.
since like as we were growing up, that exploded. Exploded. Yeah, I think like minimum wage jobs were like really overshadowed by like all like the hard work and standing up for like 8 hours and the customers.
Customers.
Yeah, I
Big
work 9 to
part.
5.
Yeah.
To be tired.
Yeah, at like 17, going to college and then going home, doing homework, then doing that every day.
Yeah.
That's rough out there.
I mean, I like my 9 to 5 now.
Oh yeah, no, that's
I
the
get
dream
home
right now.
5:30. Yeah.
9 to 5 and then no weekends. That's
No
it.
customers.
Yes.
I got my own little cubicle.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh.
My own little computer, little phone. I got post-it notes to take notes. I have like files.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little office job.
Can you decorate your little cubicle as you want it to?
I can't. I've seen other people do it. I mean, I don't know what I would put there.
I don't know, but I don't know. What if you had like a little figurine, put it there?
I
Or
guess.
poster. I don't know.
I feel like I would purposely deck it out, like exaggerate it.
I mean, now that I'm learning a lot more, like I don't have time to just
That's true.
decorate.
That's
fuck
true.
around,
You gotta wait for a
yeah.
slow day.
Yeah.
I like our we have 9 to 2,
Yeah.
but we're like photographers now for products.
Yeah, like product pictures.
I like that job a lot.
Oh, love
it's really
it.
fun. We also do social media managing, and that's really fun because we're kind of like learning how to like boost yourself strategically, like
Yes,
social
yeah.
media
You would
strategies.
think it's easy. It's so hard.
No, I knew it was gonna be hard,
I
but
didn't think it would be this hard.
it's just kind of frustrating, and it's mostly because it's a waiting game. You have
Yeah.
to wait.
Unless you pay for it.
Yeah, unless you pay for it, which are not quitters.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pay for followers.
Yeah, I want all that organic
Those
stuff.
are for losers.
Follow for follow.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's basically what our Twitter is. It's just a lot of podcasts following me, and I'm following them back.
Yeah.
Which is it's a nice little network I have there.
Follow our Twitter and Instagram while you're at it.
Yeah, put it up there.
Put it up.
We got a green screen for a reason.
YouTube.
Yes. All right. What was the? Are we at the last
I mean,
question?
the last one is just, would you recommend any of these jobs?
No.
Like,
No, it's not bad, but
Like, let's say you're fresh out of high school,
Okay.
18, just learned how to drive,
Mhm.
you got your little car.
Mhm.
Where would you tell yourself to go first?
I would definitely do the warehouse, the secretary. Secretary work is good,
yes.
just because like office work, learning that stuff is good because you're like phone calls, emails,
yes.
almost a little bit customer. So you get like a full package of
Yeah.
like skills. you
Yeah,
have to
and,
do.
and it's desirable. So like clerical, like the secretary work is very desirable.
Interchangeable,
It's-
too.
and you can it goes anywhere. Anywhere that has an office needs it. So that's any field. Like if you're doing for nursing, you could start there. If you're going for
car dealerships,
they need
That's
it.
fine.
Like lawyer offices, they need it.
everyone.
So and it
perfect starter job.
yeah, and they're all the skills that you need for like any other job. So I think that would be the best first job you should look for.
That's
like
a good point.
yeah, like I wouldn't like if someone came out to me like, should I work at this McDonald's? I would tell them no.
No,
like I would just be
don't
like,
do
listen,
it.
it will be easy to get in, but you will be miserable. You won't have a fun time.
You really won't.
Like, I would be sad for you. I'd be like, listen, I don't suggest it, but girl, do you.
Even in the nicest, prettiest, cleanest neighborhoods, it's not even a fun job.
It's not.
No.
It's not.
It's always going to be stressful.
It's going to be stressful because it's always going to be packed because everyone's always going to go to McDonald's.
But, you know, the only good part about it is that they'll literally hire you on the spot. They don't care. Whereas secretary jobs, you know, you really have to apply for it. You know, you do an interview. But then again, that's
it's also harder for men, which is sad.
That is true. Yeah, it's easier for women to get secretary work. They actually told me at my massage place. I asked them. I asked them, like, how come there's no guys working? And they told me, like, most guys don't like being told what to do or looked down on. So
I roll.
Yes, and that's what they told me. And the second she said it, I was like, I understand already. You don't even have to finish your sentence. Because what she told me was that, like, they wouldn't like being told what to do, especially by, like, a younger woman. Because she was a young boss. Yeah,
she was.
And, you know, they would do things what they think is their way instead of how it's being told. And it just wasn't desirable. And it would always end up with them either leaving or them getting fired. So they try. You know, they won't, like, discriminate, but, like, they'll try to, like, if there's a girl that's better, like, that's good, they'll go for the girl. Yeah, but, like, that's a good, like, first
I heavily encourage men, like, don't think of it as, like, a stereotypical thing. It is a genuinely good job.
It's a job to get your resume started, get your people skills going, office skills going.
You will most likely get in there anyway.
Yeah.
But you're gonna wait 25 to get in there? Start young.
Yes.
Get that people skills. Learn. Do the mistakes now.
Also, young men, please check your privilege.
Yes. Correct. Correct. Just like humble yourself up and just like if someone tells you what to do it exactly how they ask. If you don't understand, ask the question. Don't
just ask.
Yeah. It's so and I say that for anyone doing like a minimum wage job. If you're working, first time working, never worked, ask questions. Do not be scared to ask questions. That is so important because you will never learn and you will never get like promotions if you don't like become like proactive. Yeah.
Alrighty, I think we should just wrap it up.
You think so? Yeah, I think, you know, we talked about a lot of things.
We got through all the questions.
Yeah. And honestly, I still got a bunch of stories that I didn't even get out yet.
Yeah.
I mean,
I could talk on forever. If anyone wants us to do part 2, I'm always down.
Yeah, why not?
Let us know if you like this episode.
Yeah. Tell us if you have any thoughts about minimum wage jobs. If you agree, disagree, let us know.
What were your minimum wage jobs?
Oh yeah, tell us.
Something we have not experienced before.
Yeah. I want the crazy stories.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Give me the psycho shit.
The police gotta be in the story.
Yeah. Someone has to like shit all over the floor. That's what I'm trying to see.
Yeah.
Oof, that's what I'm trying to hear. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for coming to this episode. See us on our next episode. Episode 5 will be next month. Excited. And do you guys want to say anything before we?
I guess comment if you want, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family.
Yeah. Give us some critiquing, you know, really go in, let us know.
Yeah.
Give mercy, but
go in, but be careful.
Yeah. Like we've been making a lot of improvements. Like we've expanded our green screen, got these new mics. So we really do want to change and get our podcast really good.
Yeah.
If you got any thoughts? Let us know. But other than that, thank you guys for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.